Good afternoon. Welcome to the Chamber's sixth Politics in the Park, and glad to have you all here. Our first candidate is Jeff Holcomb, State Representative, District 53. Jeff?
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Jeff Holcomb. I'm a candidate for House District 53, 20-year resident of Hernando County, and I have two daughters. I've been married for 23 years. I've also been the Republican Executive Committee Chair from 2018 to 2020, and I'm currently a county commissioner, having been elected in 2014. And I'm also a Navy intelligence officer and have a 16-and-a-half-year career serving the Navy Reserves. Folks, I've already fought for you, and I'm going to fight for you when I'm in Tallahassee. Just a couple weeks ago, we had a citizen bring to us a book that's in our county library. And that book had over a dozen quotes that were pornographic. I told our county administrator that that was not appropriate to be in our library because that was in the youth section. And I got the board to back me, and I got 4 other votes. And we went in and had that book removed from the student section, and it's now in the adult section. I also went and checked out the book. We only have 1 copy in Hernando County, and I got it checked out in my name. So no 12-year-old in our county is going to be able to get a hold of that book, especially while I'm commissioner. Another recent thing that I fought for is I fought for a millage decrease. This is the 3rd year in a row the Board of County Commissioners has reduced taxes. We're going to reduce your taxes 0.3 mils, and over the last 3 years, that's 0.75 mils. So if you have a $300,000 home, that's a $225 decrease in your taxes. And folks, I've also fought for you when it came to our county government and our previous county administrator. He had a $315,000 compensation package, and he wasn't doing the job. So I made the motion to fire him. I got a couple other commissioners to agree with me, and now we have one of the best county administrators in this whole region. Pasco County doesn't have a county administrator right now, and Citrus's administrator is on the way out the door. I've also been lucky enough to get some recent endorsements. I have the endorsement of Sheriff Al Nieheis, who's a great sheriff that runs Hernando County in a very efficient and conservative, pro-law enforcement way. And I've also got the FOP, the law enforcement officers, have endorsed my campaign, along with the firefighter union in Hernando and Pasco. Folks, I know what I'm going up against in Tallahassee. We're going up against a Democrat party that's not like the party of 30 years ago. They didn't really hide their thoughts the way they did 30 years ago. They're flat out telling us what they want now. They want to indoctrinate kids from kindergarten to 3rd grade with woke information. We just had a college professor tell a senator that a man can have a baby in Congress just the other day. Those are the type of people who are clueless as to what America is all about, and I'm ready to fight against them in Tallahassee. I'm ready to fight for our safety and security in Tallahassee. I'm ready to fight for our Second Amendment rights in Tallahassee, and I will fight to support Governor DeSantis' Florida First philosophy in Tallahassee. I'm a lifelong Republican and a Ron DeSantis Republican, and I ask for your support August 23rd. Thank you very much.
Our next candidate is Anthony Kokovic, State Representative, District 53.
They're trying to lock me up back there. I'm Anthony Kokovic. I'm running for State Rep District 53, which covers everything south of Citrus County along the Suncoast Parkway all the way down to Hudson. There are a few items that I want to go over of what I would like to accomplish while we're here. This part of our county is a rural area compared to our major metro area, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. And the Suncoast Parkway has become a rural tax for us as a community. We have 3 tolls in this county. And we're talking about, the county's talking about building Barkley Avenue, Anderson Snow Road, millions and millions of dollars when we have a Suncoast Parkway sitting right there, literally a stone's throw away from access. Pinellas County has a annual pass. So this way, those who live in that area can travel the Suncoast Parkway in that part of the county, up and down, without having to incur tolls every time they go in and out. That's what the Suncoast Parkway is, but now it has become basically a rural tax for us. All the way from 50 to the international airport, Tampa International, there are 5 tolls, and if you consider 98 as part of, obviously, Hernando County, if you're from that part going down, 6 tolls all the way, and it's become very expensive. Our local roads like Berkeley, California, are suffering from that and the congestion. That roadway needs to have an annual pass, and that is one of the main things that I will work on. Number 2 is the Florida State Amphitheater, a 10,000-seat amphitheater, sports and conference center built here right off Anderson Snow Road. The state of Florida owns 50 acres that's where it will be pushed by me as the state rep to build an amphitheater here by the state of Florida. So this way we can have activities and not have to jump all the way to Tampa, to the big arenas, and we have no gathering places whatsoever in this county. You know, the bed tax, we have a bed tax in this county. I want to allocate statewide a 25% allocated specifically for infrastructure and setting up industrial properties, especially in Hernando County. I am looking at 3 areas to turn about 600 acres along the District 53. So industrial corporations will have places that they can relocate to here. And, you know, water in our county is very important, and we need to make sure that the water utility companies focus on expanding their access to water so we don't have to have drought conditions in our state. Thank you. I'm Anthony Kokovic. electanthonykokovic.com is the website address. Thank you very much.
Our next candidate for State Representative 52 is Roch Daze.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Roch Daze. I'm your candidate for District 52, Florida House 52, which is Sumter County in Hernando. You know, everybody gets up here and says they're going to fight for you. The biggest question is, why are they running? What's their background? And do they owe anything to anybody? will be your full-time representative. I'm a proven leader. I went to Naval Academy. I'm a Top Gun graduate, a retired Navy captain. I have a history of fighting and working with people at the highest levels, not just the county level, but at the highest levels. I've run a small business, I've been an airline captain, and I've never left anybody behind. I've lived in Florida for 30 years. You know, I'm not new to here, and I love Florida. I love this county, and I've got to know everybody in all the counties and everything they want to do. So what do I want to do? I want to make sure we keep our elections safe. Election integrity is key. Not everybody believes that. We need to defend all our rights, all our freedoms that are under attack, and not let bureaucrats take away our rights. That means the Second Amendment. Parental rights, no CRT. We didn't send our kids. I have 3 daughters, 3 grandchildren, and 30 nieces and nephews. We don't raise them in our homes to send them to a school to be indoctrinated. We don't do that to children. We don't test them. We protect them. We need to protect our veteran and our retiree benefits. When I get up to Tallahassee, I want to work with Ashley Moody and try and bring a suit against the Biden administration and not send our rights, our benefits to illegal immigrants that are coming across our borders, which goes back to election integrity, which is so important. We need to protect all life. I will push for the legislation that's sitting in Tallahassee right now for the heartbeat bill. Because we need to take care of all life, all citizens, and fight for working and retired people in this great state. Now, everybody says they're going to go up, they're going to support DeSantis, they're going to fight with him, but the question is, can they? Do they have a background to do it? I'm a citizen patriot. I'm called to represent you full-time. So please, vote for Rock Daze. That's Rock for Florida. That's F-O-R. rockforflorida.com. Thank you very much.
Our next candidate for State Representative, District 52, John Temple.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is John Temple, and I am running for Florida House District 52. I've lived in this community for over 40 years. I was raised in Sumter County. I graduated from the schools, and I returned to work within the same community that did so much for me. I've been a teacher, I've been a principal, and currently I'm working at the county office with professional development. I believe in serving. It's within my DNA. Giving back to our community is important. We need more politicians that understand this concept. We need strong leaders, proven leaders. My opponent talks about going to Tallahassee to fight, but who are we going to fight? Our governor? Other Republican legislators? We need people who can pull together, get a common mission. I believe that we live in the greatest state in the United States. I believe we live in the greatest country, but are we perfect? No. Throughout my successful career as a principal and a leader within my community, I learned when we unite, we overcome challenges together. If we're running for a federal position, I can understand that mentality of needing to fight because things are really not where they need to be right now. But we live in Florida. We need to protect what we have. We need to protect our freedoms, we need to protect our community, and we need to protect our future. As the former chairman of the Republican Party of Sumter County, I understand the needs and I understand how our government works. I know how to rally the troops on issues that truly matter. I will go to Tallahassee and I will work for our community. Leadership, respect, and trust. They're all things that are earned by serving in your community. It's because of those characteristics that I've been endorsed by Senate President Wilton Simpson, support from House Rep Blaise Ngolia, our very own Florida Fraternal Order of Police, Sumter County Sheriff, and Wildwood Police Chief are just a few people that have backed me. Servant leadership is not just a catching phrase. They're actions. We need experienced leadership. We need someone who knows the community and knows the needs of our community. We don't need someone who's going to talk. We need somebody that's going to go up there and do something. During my campaign, I've been out working the community, talking and asking, what's most important to you? And three things keep coming up. Inflation is the first thing. We all feel it at the pump. We all feel it when we go to the gas station. The second is public safety. That's why it's so important to continue to protect and support our men and women in blue. And the last is immigration. While we don't have a border here to protect, we do feel the effects of it. We feel from the drugs that are coming into our community to the human trafficking. My question to you is this: what's most important to you? What is that issue for you? And please stop by my table before you leave so I can find out what that is for you. I look forward to talking to you all some more. I hope that I can count on your support. I hope you will vote for John Temple come August 23rd. Thank you.
Our next candidate for State Representative, District 52, Ash Marwa.
Hi, again, I'm Ash Marwa running for State Representative in District 52. And the reason I'm running is I want to bring local control of local issues so that our local taxes can remain lower. I want to freeze homeowners insurance so that people can afford their homeowners insurance. The legislature met last May, passed a bill, but they did not freeze the insurance rates. They used $2 billion of our tax dollars for reinsurance program. I would have used $1 billion for reinsurance, but used the other $1 billion to freeze insurance rates. What this is doing and what the developers, candidates are doing to us. Our current representative, Brett Haig, he engineered or he co-sponsored the impact fee law last year. And the result is in Sumter County, our taxes are remaining high. Here's a list of about 2,200 homeowners who are delinquent on their 2021 taxes, and I'm sure there is a similar list in Hernando County. And this impact fee law is affecting your schools in Hernando County now because they cannot raise enough money for the schools. What I am running for is to keep the rents low. All these costs go up and the rents go sky high. Do you know in 1990, the average pay was $30,000, but the rent was $500. The average pay today is $50,000. It's not quite double of $30,000, but the rent is $2,000 average rent. Rent has gone 4 times, and I want to stop that kind of increase. And on the environment, I want to see that the Northern Turnpike extension is not built. Instead, I-75 is widened. The Northern Turnpike extension will ruin thousands of lives on its 80-mile path. In Hernando County, in Weeki Wachee Preserve, I don't want them to build the 6 miles of boardwalk and 250-spot parking lot and ruin the environment. Let's preserve the preserve. For too long in Florida, it has been of the developer, by the developer, for the developer. Let's change that paradigm to we the people, by the people, for the people. Let's do it this year. Thank you.
I wanted to mention too that we have straw poll voting, so if you haven't voted, please vote. And we have food trucks here, so if you haven't had or if you like refreshments, be sure and check out the food trucks we have here as well. Our next candidate was unable to be here, Michael Bilirakis, for Representative of Congress in District 12, and he's going to be substituted with Michael Rizzola.
Ladies and gentlemen, how great it is to be here in Hernando County. Only in Florida can we have politics in the park inside. A special thank you to our chamber and everyone in attendance tonight. My name is Mike Rizzola, and I'm honored to be here representing our great Congressman Gus Bilirakis, who is currently in Washington, D.C., fighting for us. Folks, there is no doubt in my mind that everyone in this room tonight cares about our country. We all want the best for ourselves, for our kids and our grandkids. And tonight, I want to reaffirm that all of you deserve the best in this election. And now I want to talk to you about a man who is humble, who is kind, and who is one of us. Someone who has fought for everyone in this room. A man who since 2015 has introduced over 50 pieces of legislation that has benefited all of us. A man who stands up for veterans unlike any other person you know. There is truly no one that does more for us than Gus. And because of Gus, we have a new VA clinic in Pasco that is state-of-the-art and is one of the best in the nation. And we can do that here in Hernando. Gus has passed sweeping legislation from getting us the Choice Act to getting those affected by Agent Orange the care they deserve. Congressman Gus Bilirakis has fought day and night for our veterans, and he wants to bring that fight here to Hernando. Our seniors deserve the best. Congressman Gus Bilirakis has fought day and night to protect our seniors from the rising cost of inflation. So our seniors do not have to pick and choose between going to the grocery store or getting gas. He believes in our Second Amendment and understands that our nation is struggling with a mental health crisis and that our students and our children need the help that they deserve. We don't need to take guns away from law-abiding citizens. We need to help our children. There is no one better for Hernando County than Congressman Gus Bilirakis, because a vote for Gus is a vote for us. Congressman Gus Bilirakis is honored to have the endorsement of President Donald J. Trump and our great governor, Ron DeSantis, who has kept Florida free and will continue to do so with Gus's help. Congressman Gus Bilirakis is a true conservative who gets things done and has a record of it. And it's not just me saying this. It's coming from Vanderbilt University, who has rated Gus Bilirakis as one of the most effective members of Congress in Florida for years on end. He's not a show horse, he's a workhorse. And now I encourage you to look to your neighbor, to your left and to your right, and tell them that they deserve the best. There is only one person in this race that can truly live up to the great title and serve you, and that is Congressman Gus Bilirakis, because Gus is for us. Thank you.
Our next candidate for representative in Congress, District 12, Chris Lacer.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Chris Lizer. I'm a fourth-generation born Floridian from Bartow, Polk County, Florida. I graduated from Countryside High, Clearwater in 1996, and have been a resident of Pasco since the year 2007. My wife's name is Tina. We went to high school together. We've been together for 27 years, and we have two children, Madison and Channing, that are both teenagers. Why am I running? We've seen a lot happen in the last 2 years, in the last 6 years, in the last 16 years. I was trying to figure out why it is exactly that I'm running, and it wasn't any one single thing or one single point. It was a culmination of items. And I felt like our futures were being taken from us. It was slowly, little by little, all of our freedoms were eroding, and I didn't feel that there was accurate representation in Washington. I didn't believe there was accountable representation in Washington. I think sometimes we get a little comfortable where we're at and how long we've been there, and we take advantage or get complacent. Gus has done a great job representing us for 16 years. I gotta say, he's been a strong voter, but he's been there for too long. His father was there for 24 years, and I believe a lot of the issues that we're having in Washington today is because of the lack of term limits. You have power pockets that are created and create a vacuum, Pelosi and others. I'm here, I'm running for our futures, for my children's future, because of God. I'm trying to go to Washington to fight for you guys and for my family and make sure that the things that our forefathers fought so hard and gave all for 240-something years ago isn't in vain. There's been so many that has given so much for our freedoms, and I feel like sometimes I take it for granted. It's too easy to take for granted. We get up in the mornings and we're very blessed as a nation. When I get to Washington, I'm going to secure the border. I'm going to hold the government accountable, and I'm going to make sure that we align the government with our priorities rather than career politicians. My name is Chris Lizer, and please vote for me August 23rd. Thank you.
Our next candidate for Congress, District 12, Jack Martin.
Good afternoon. I thank the Chamber for doing this event. My name is Jack Martin. I'm a 25-year resident of Spring Hill. When we first came here in 1997, we were asked by my youth pastor at the time to create a fire department chaplaincy for Spring Hill. We later on did that also for Hernando County. We served it for 17 years. When you ride down 41 and you see that sign for John Mecklenburg, you see a sign and you know it's a dedicated road. When I ride down that highway, I remember a night from 2 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock in the morning, standing out on Highway 41, comforting the group of people that worked with him. We have fought over the years issues in 3 different counties for school boards, critical race theory, the LGBTQ community. We have done a lot of issues in our own areas on different subjects like that. I believe that we're at a point in time where if we don't get a congressman in who has a better spine, we're not going to be able to do the things we do to have a nation. I'm holding this right now, a shirt for a man named Jeremy Brown. He's a 20-year Green Beret veteran. He has been in since September in the county jail in Pinellas County. The reason he's there is because he blew the whistle on the FBI because they had come to him. There has been no other congressman, not only Congressman Bilirakis, there's been no other congressman that would show up at those events. I am saying we need to get people in there that will fight the battles that we're facing, or we're going to be the next Venezuela. I have proposed bills, and in fact, one bill I mentioned at one event, the congressman agreed with, but a few days earlier, he had said the exact opposite. When we spoke over in Citrus County, he was bragging on the earmarks that he got for everybody. When we spoke at the Wellington, I said that I was for a one-item bill, and he got up and said, yeah, I'm for a one-item bill. Bacon's got to stop. Friends, you can't have it both ways. We've had a man in that's been in 16 years. I looked at the financial monies that was spent on this race, over $500,000 by the congressman, $2,000 by me. I'm asking people to look at my record, look at the card, see where I stand, look at the 22 points I propose. It's based on Newt Gingrich's contract with America. I'm trying to get us to the place where we can get the border sealed, where we can have election integrity, where we can get rid of departments like the Department of Education and get back to what the 10th Amendment says, rights that belong to the states and for the people. I would ask you to come to my table, look at my card. There's a bill, H.R. 550, that the congressman signed on for. It's a bill that would have empowered the CDC to be able to build a database nationwide. You'll get a handout from them that says the opposite. I encourage you to look at the bill, read the bill. If you like my stand, stand with me. I thank you, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to resume. If you'll take your seats and prepared. Our next candidate for Congress, District 12, Sid Prescott.
Thank you very much to each and everybody that's come here this evening, and a special thank you to the Hernando County Chamber of Commerce for holding this event to allow you to listen to some of us candidates that are running for office. I'll tell you right now, we're in a situation, this is not a normal election period. Our country is on the precipice of disaster at this particular moment in our history. We have conditions right now that require people to be elected to office. You have a choice to make that's extremely important as far as the history of America. We need people that's going to be elected to go to Washington to fight for this country. I'm running as an America First candidate. I'm not a politician. I'm a business person. I moved to Pasco County about 8 years ago. A partner of mine and I, we started a business. I've been in the commercial diving business my entire working life. I've worked worldwide, and I know that business from the bottom to the surface, so to speak. And we train commercial deep sea divers, and in 7 years, we've taken that business from mere dirt on the property to today. I have about 50 people there we're training. About half of them are military veterans. All of them are going to work worldwide. I have companies calling me from around the world asking for our graduates, people that we have trained. So my entire mindset is get things done. That's how I look at things, and that's how I look at this. And I feel that right now this is a job interview. I'm applying for the job of being your representative to the United States government in Washington, D.C. And very plainly, I have several things that I want to accomplish when I get up there. I know the American seafood business very well. I have a brother that's a shrimper on the east coast of Florida right now, struggling to make ends meet because of over-regulation of the industry. The American red snapper fishery has been closed down fraudulently for over 10 years over there. I was an integral part of producing this document that I took to Washington, D.C., and this has been introduced into the congressional record. This document here is the documented proof of how the National Marine Fisheries Service concocted fraudulent data that was used to cause the total closure of that American red snapper fishery over there. They're getting ready to do the exact same thing over here in the Gulf of Mexico with the proposed 80% cut in the gag grouper quota. So what does that mean to you? When you go into the grocery store today and you try to buy fish and seafood, it's by and large, you're not going to be able to purchase fish and seafood that's domestically American caught. It's going to be an imported product from a foreign country, primarily China, Vietnam, countries like that. So you're being systematically barred from our natural resources, and the fisheries are just one of them. Our energy resources are another one. You are being totally barred from American energy, that we have ample energy in the ground under the Gulf of Mexico to power this country for probably 500 years into the future. So it's fine, and I'm all for a transition to cleaner energy, but you can't do it overnight. They will wreck this country, and that's what they're in the process of doing. So I've also been asked, okay, what would you do to help Hernando County? How would you bring more money out of the federal government back to Hernando County? Yes, absolutely, and here's one of the ways that I would do it. I want to have an audit done of the foreign aid program, which is sending money by the billions of dollars across the globe to countries, many of them hostile to us. They just sent $15 million to Syria. This has to stop. This is what I mean when I'm running as an America First candidate, to look out for Americans first. That money can come back into Citrus County. It will help maintain the tax base, so there won't be necessary to raise taxes to enhance your sheriff's department or essential services like paving and things like that. That's what's meant by an America First candidate. So I have a list of things. If you look at my rack card, I have 5 pieces of legislation. I know what I'm going to do when I get elected, and I have a clear vision of that, and I want to exceed your expectations. Thank you very much.
Sid Prescott. Our next candidate for representative in Congress, District 12, Brian Paris.
Hello, my name is Brian Paris. I am running for U.S. Congress to fight for We the People. We the People have been sold out by both parties for far too long. We haven't had representation for a long time. We've been overtaxed. We need term limits, constitutional carry. We also got to get rid of the Department of Education. They take over $600 billion on the federal level. And how many children attend a federal school? Anybody know? None, right? And we also got to get rid of the IRS. We need to audit our entire government. We need transparency. And so back in January, I was on the southern border. Over 18 million illegal immigrants have been coming through the border. This is about the New World Order. They want to make us not, they want us to own nothing and be happy. So what they are trying to do is have a real rich and real poor. It's time we the people rise up. It's time to stop being divided. Most of us agree on probably 90% of the issues, but it's the 10% that, and we need to be more open-minded. We need to get back to having discussions, our community, because what party actually gives a crap about any of us? So say Democrats are in power now, Republicans, have they actually really done anything for we the people? It's time I'm a constitutional conservative. I'm a Navy veteran. I swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And right now, our enemy is our domestic. Our government is committing treason and tyranny against we the people. And as a veteran, I believe we should have the same health care as Congress and Senate. We need to get rid of the Common Core disability rating that they'd make us jump through 20,000 hoops to do. And any veteran, whatever percentage rating they are, should get that off their property tax. And I think seniors should actually have to pay no property tax once they hit age 65, because most of them have a limited amount of money. Right now they're being killed. All of us are being killed the seniors are even being more killed because they're on a very limited budget. But our government's been stealing from the Social Security for far too long. Anyway, we've been taxation without representation for far too long. What I can promise is we'll fight for we the people. I've been kicked out of the Tallahassee State Capitol for fighting for the heartbeat bill. They said it was racist to not allow to have abortions, and what I did was quote Margaret Sanger, who was the founder of Planned Parenthood, who said they want to wipe out a certain population, and I got kicked out for that. When we know what it is about depopulation with the bioweapon, the jab, forcing people, saying who's essential and who's not. But we have to fight human and child sex trafficking as well. The children are the most important thing in this whole thing, and we should all be able to come together for the children. They're being brainwashed in the schools, and they're organ harvesting. I got to go, but thank you very much, Brian Paris, U.S. Congress, 12th District of Florida. Come in and see me if you want to chat more. Anyway, bye.
Our next candidate for representative in Congress, District 12, Kimberly Walker.
Good evening. It's great to be here. I want to thank the Hernando Chamber of Commerce for organizing tonight's event. My name is Kimberly Walker. I'm a U.S. Army and Air Force veteran, former correction officer, and a software engineer who currently works for the federal government as a government contractor for the Department of Defense and Department of Treasury. I am a fifth-generation Floridian who was born in Orlando, Florida, but I've been living in Pasco County for over 13 years. I'm running for Congress because I understand the financial strain we are experiencing due to the rising cost of prescription drugs and the increase in the basic necessities such as gas and groceries. Now, I'm not here to place blame, rather I am here to help develop potential solutions. Drug prices are increasing faster than inflation. We already pay a significantly higher price of prescription drugs than the rest of the developed world. To lower prices, it cannot be remedied by a single approach. One possible option is to give HHS the authority to negotiate drug costs. Another option is to reform the patent laws to prevent pharmaceutical companies from extending the drug exclusivity rights beyond 20 years, and so making the market more competitive for our generic drug companies. The price of gas has risen to over $4. I'm sure we all can agree that we shouldn't have to take our time, take out a loan just to put gas in our tanks. The U.S. needs to be energy independent, and we also need to be independent from having to heavily rely on oil and gas companies who are currently raking in record profits. Hybrid and electric vehicles are essential to achieving the independence, and it will reduce the dependency on fossil fuels. Last but not least is our military and veterans. Much progress has been made in the field of suicide prevention and mental health, but more must be done. I am committed to helping improve access to quality mental health care for our veterans. We also need to retrain and attract quality psychologists by providing them with more of a competitive salary equal to the private sector. For our National Guard and reservists, which I was one in the Air Force National Guard, we need to allow them access to mental health and telehealth resources, no matter how long they've served, if they've served on active duty or if they didn't, and regardless of the deployments. So, since I only have 3 minutes, and I can't go into more detail of my policies and legislation I support, I would like to use this opportunity to invite everyone to swing by my table so you can learn more about me and I can learn more about your concerns. Thank you.
Our next candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture was unable to be here, Wilton Simpson, Senator Simpson, and so he'll be represented by Brooks Timmons.
Good evening. My name is Brooks Timmons. I'm here on behalf of Wilton Simpson. He sends his regrets this evening, wishes he could be here in the great county of Hernando. Senator Simpson's a lifelong Floridian, farmer and businessman. Wilton served as your state senator for the last 10 years and served as Senate president the last 2 years alongside Governor DeSantis in Tallahassee. Senator Simpson has worked on many issues that have kept Florida free and has served on the reopening committee organized by Governor DeSantis during the pandemic. Florida is the lowest tax state in the union, and Senator Simpson takes pride in that. Senator Simpson plans to bring common sense to the Department of Agriculture by streamlining the agency and working hand in hand with Florida's farmers and consumers. Wilton is endorsed by 59 Florida sheriffs, Governor Ron DeSantis, and President Donald J. Trump, along with many other groups such as the Florida Farm Bureau. It's time to get a real farmer on the cabinet in Tallahassee. And on August 23rd, please vote for Wilton Simpson for Commissioner of Agriculture. Thank you.
Our next candidate, State Senator, District 11, Brian Patrick Moore.
Good evening. My name is Brian Moore, and I'm a tree-hugging hippie from the Green Party running for Florida State Senate 11. I'm running to represent Hernando, Citrus, Sumter counties, and a little bit of West Pasco County. I'm running because Florida isn't what it once was. Florida used to be an affordable place where people could raise a family or retire comfortably. Now things are changing for the worst. Prices are skyrocketing at the grocery store and at the gas pump. Rent increases and housing are becoming unaffordable for many people. The Florida dream of comfort and affordability are disappearing. Now we need to come together. We need to work on actual solutions because people need help now. We need to work on making Florida affordable again. I'll be honest, I think a guaranteed income or a universal basic income would fix a lot of the problems, but I know it won't pass the legislative process. However, I am willing to work with Republicans and Democrats to fix the out-of-control inflation. I think big companies like Disney need to pay a little more because they have had it too easy on the backs of us, the taxpayers. I think the Seminoles and the Miccosukee Indian tribes need to start paying taxes because they use infrastructure we the people pay for, while they get a free ride making money off their casinos. It's about time they pay their fair share while we the people have to pay more in food, gas, and services. Tell the government to make these corporations pay their fair share of taxes. I hope I can earn your vote, and let's make Florida affordable again. One last thought. Please consider making a donation to help my efforts. We need funds for gas so we can continue to fight for an affordable Florida. So if you're interested, I've got the envelopes, just ask me for one. So whatever you can spare would be appreciated. Brian Patrick Moore, Green Party candidate for State Senate in 4 counties. Thank you.
Our next candidate, School Board District 1, Kay Hatch.
Thank you. I want to begin by sharing with you that 5 adults call me mom and 10 young people call me grandmama. That's relevant because all of those people were involved in the public school system. Some of them still are, and that includes our youngest granddaughter who has special needs. So like many of you, I have significant experience with the public school system. My focus serving on the school board has been academic achievement and closing achievement gaps. Our school district continues to be a solid B district, and we continue to work toward becoming an A district, despite all of the issues that we had to deal with related to the COVID issue. I want to share with you that at our last graduations, 5 of our high schools graduated students who had both a high school diploma and an associate's degree at the time they graduated. In each of our 5 high schools, there were students who made commitments to the military. And collectively, our high school graduates earned more than $10 million in scholarship funding. Our commitment to advanced placement continues in our middle schools and is beginning to move into our primary schools, the upper grades of our primary schools. We have made a commitment also to our CTE program, Career Technical Education. We have moved that into each of our middle schools and in our schools where there are middle school students. What's appealing to me about that is that some of our students in middle school are able to earn beginning industry certification. And what that means then is that they can continue to build on that, and they will be able to graduate high school with industry certification that can move them immediately into the job market. Our greatest challenge right now is staff shortage, and so if you know folks who are interested in working with the school district, we look forward to hearing from them. We are also confronted with the reality of needing to find space for our students as the community continues to grow. And I hear a buzzer, so thank you for your attention.
Our next candidate for School Board District 1, Mark Johnson, was unable to be here due to COVID and does have a representative, Linda Rothenbark.
Good evening. My name is Linda Rothenberg, and I'm very happy to be here to speak to you on behalf of Mark. He's written a very nice little thing for me to read to you. So, Mark is a husband, a dad, and a granddad. He has 2 stepsons and a daughter who are teachers in public schools. They have the same major concerns and issues: too much paperwork and not enough time for individualized teaching. He has 4 grandchildren in the public schools, again, different states, but the same major concerns and issues and what is being taught in the classrooms. Mark has a Bachelor's of Science degree in Criminal Justice Administration and a Master's degree in Public Administration. Mark was a board member of the Boys and Girls Club, a board member of Communities in Schools, and a founding member of the Educators Club of Timber Pines. He's the director of T-Vault, a nonprofit offering training for the trades for unemployed, underemployed, and high school seniors not going on to higher education. Mark is a prior member of the Hernando County Anti-Drug Coalition and a current member of Kiwanis and the Hernando County Manufacturers Association. Mark is also a small business owner and a licensed investigator trained to delve into things because not everything is what it seems. He was a member of the school board from 2014 to 2018, and during his tenure, the district went from a $12 million deficit to a $14 million unrestricted reserve. He's a proven fiscal conservative with a large budget experience. In his years, he was on the school board for the district. It went from a C academic rating to a B+. Taxpayers' money wisely spent. While on the school board, he helped to create and develop workshops for parents explaining how to complete applications for scholarships from local business and nonprofits. Mark started the cost-neutral Gentlemen's Club for elementary school boys, teaching them useful skills. He partnered with the private sector for elementary school wrestling team uniforms and middle school girls' chorus dresses for concerts and to repair steel drums at Winding Waters K-8. He is the only candidate who research proved and is speaking out against the school district's CRT teacher training programs, which provides teachers with techniques to infuse curricula with CRT, also researching and am speaking out against the district's equity programs. These equity programs discard merit, replaces equal opportunities with equal outcomes, and has been brought into the district by a company financially supported by far-left tech companies and technocrats. Mark supports teaching core disciplines such as reading, math, science, history without indoctrination, propaganda, or opinion of any persuasion. If you vote for Mark, you are giving a voice to our school children. Thank you.
Our next candidate for School Board District 1, Jen Licata.
A wise mentor of mine once told me, people run for office for one of two reasons, either to be somebody or to do something. My name is Jen Licata, candidate for Hernando County School Board District 1, and I'm here to do something about the way that our education system is being run right here in Hernando County. I've spent my entire life being an advocate for others. I worked in the nonprofit and healthcare field for many, many years and continued on to get my Juris Master's from FSU College of Law, just so that I could continue to advocate for others better on a principal level. Serving on the school board would continue down that path of being able to be a voice for our students and advocating for parental rights. I'm not a lifelong politician. I'm not an educator, but I'm a mom with a kid in the system who wants nothing more than to change our education system for the better. Our school board has been the complete laughingstock over the past couple years. It's time for new leadership and fresh ideas. There are a few matters that are of a high priority of importance to me. The first one is parental rights and being an advocate for working collaboration across all parts of our education system. It takes a village when it comes to raising our kids. We need to ensure that we have collaboration between the teachers, administration, and the parents. It takes all of us working together to ensure the very, very best education for the kids. It's important we have school board members who believe in educational choices. Education is not meant to be cookie cutter, nor should we force it to be. We need to celebrate our kids' uniqueness and what sets them apart and what makes them different and really celebrate that. We need school board members who are focused on the future. We're growing whether we like it or not. Florida is home to 1,000 new Floridians every single day. We have to be planning today so that our kids can have the best educational opportunities tomorrow and even once they graduate. School safety is a huge matter of importance. Thankfully, we have our amazing SROs here, but unfortunately, a lot of times school safety gets forgotten about until there is a tragedy. It's important that that remains the highest level of priority, that our SROs are getting the resources that they need, and we're continuing to implement, along with the Sheriff's Office, fantastic programs like the Guardian Program. And last but certainly not least, fiscal responsibility. We need to ensure that we're passing healthy budgets that eliminate wasteful spending and that we're putting those funds towards programs that are good and resourceful. We need someone who's willing to bring forward modern-day solutions to modern-day problems. I say all this to say, we don't need a recycled politician in this position. We need a mom who will actually get the job done. Again, my name is Jen Licata, candidate for Hernando County School Board, District 1. Let's put a mom on the school board and remember to come out and vote for a difference on August 23rd. Thank you.
Our next candidate, School Board District 3, Jimmy Lodato.
Good evening. Thank you for all being here tonight. My name is Jimmy Lodato, and I want you to know that I am working extremely hard for you. I am on the board right now, and we've had major accomplishments during the time that I've been here. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take you back to 2015 when John Mitten and I, a group of 13 volunteers, brought $140 million back into our school system on the half-cent sales tax and have shown accountability to do what had to be done to repair our schools. A group of volunteers made that happen, and we have an accountability team that makes sure the dollars are spent correctly so you know that our dollars went where we told you it would. Safety is extremely important to me. The safety of our children is of my utmost importance and is project number one. We have a strong sheriff here. We have SROs who are trained alongside of our people with safe schools, and I'm on that committee. And I can assure you, we have guardians who help our SROs. We have them in several schools now. We're expanding that program under the guidance of the sheriff and equipped by the sheriff. This is an important thing when people are looking around the country and finding out that their kids are in danger. But I want to make sure you understand we have done everything possible to make sure that that will not happen here. We are very much excited about what we've done. We had a summit over in Hernando County, and there were 200 deputies there, along with our own people, setting out the guidelines of what we have to do. I want to talk to you about something that's really important to all of us. You know, we're adding on all the time. We bought 50 buses for transportation to upgrade our fleet. And so we have 100 in the fleet, and we're moving it up at about 7 each year, but we're going to step it up to 15. But the things that really excite me is that our budget that everybody talks about, we are at a 9% budget. We can sustain a recession, we can withstand inflation, and we can carry on without having this ups and downs because I am in the business of education. There's two different facets. This is the whole situation. We have to educate our kids. Every year we graduate 1,500 kids, 500 are not going to college. What do we do with them? Out of the 1,000 that go to college, only 70% get that degree. Out of the 70% that get the degree, only 30% are using that degree to get a job. So where do we go? This is where we go. Senator Simpson and I worked on this program since 2012, and now we're going to have a VOTEC school at the airport. This VOTEC school is going to be extremely important because it's going to take care of our needs of the kids who don't want to go to college. So what you're looking at is at the airport, we'll have a complex of our unit here, and we're going to have PHSC right alongside of it and the county commission in that other area. We are strong on educating our children. Don't let people tell you that all these things are occurring. There's no CRT in our schools. Our teachers are making sure there aren't. Our governor has made it a ban, and we will not be doing it. So thank you very much. Vote Jimmy Lodato on the 23rd of August. God bless you and thank you.
Our next candidate for School Board District 3, Shannon Rodriguez.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out tonight and being here to support each and every one of us and listen to what we have to say. It does mean a lot, so I thank you for your time. So my name is Shannon Rodriguez. I'm a parent of 4 daughters, 3 of which are currently in the school system. I'm a wife, businesswoman, community advocate, and candidate for Hernando County School Board District 3. As the owner of an essential business in Hernando County, I'm not afraid of a crisis, and I have the knowledge and fortitude to meet and address situations at hand. I will bring that problem-solving ability to the school board. I'm involved in my community as vice president of the Hernando County Education Foundation, president of the Kiwanis Club, Junior Service League, a Rotarian. I'm currently working with our public schools to bring Kiwanis into all of our Hernando schools. We live in a time where the cost of living is rapidly increasing. Our property taxes are going up, and our homeowner premiums are spiking. We need fiscal responsibility on the Hernando County School Board, members who will work with the County Commission to ensure that our students and teachers have a first-class education system, but also to ensure that our taxpayers, the people right here in our community, are represented and protected. Our current school board has voted to increase our millage and continues to rely on those funds when there is a shortage. Our governor issued a parent choice mandate on masking, and it should have been implemented, but instead the board chose to go against the ruling and do it their way, using opt-out as a solution. Once again, the parents' voices were not heard. We need parental and grandparental control for our parents to be able to make their own decisions for their children. We do not have any unity between the school board and the other government boards. It does not have to be that way. We can do better in Hernando County. With county boards working together in collaboration, we can plan accordingly for the explosive growth this county will continue to endure. We can attract good, smart people to our district, and we can provide an atmosphere that people want to retire from, not run from. I have my finger on the pulse inside of the schools. Right now, more than ever, this is the time we have to make a difference, and parents need to have power over their child's education, along with grandparents. The traditional way that we were taught wasn't a bad thing. Maybe not reinventing the wheel is a start, going back to our roots. We need home ec, we need driver's ed, not online, but in person. We need shop class, woodworking, offered at all the schools. When we teach penmanship, it should include cursive, not just block lettering. How do they have a signature on file at the election office, or sign a paycheck, or read the Declaration of Independence in the format that it was intended to be read? Tonight, I come before you as a candidate for the Hernando County School Board because we can do better. My name is Shannon Rodriguez, and my experience as a businesswoman, mother, and community advocate have prepared me with the knowledge needed to serve this community and school district. To the parents and grandparents, I will be your ally on the school board, ready to listen. To the teachers and administrators, I will be your partner. To the taxpayers, I will be your fiscal watchdog. I ask for your vote on August 23rd, and I stand ready to serve this community, which I have been a part of for almost 40 years. Thank you for having me.
I'd like to let you know that our straw poll will close at 7:30, so if you haven't voted, if you have an opportunity, please do so. So our next candidate for School Board District 5, Laura Dedman.
Hi, my name is Laura Dedman. I'm running for Hernando County School Board District 5. I'm a mom of twins. I'm a wife and a small business owner of a speech therapy company. And along with my husband, who's a teacher, I have raised our kids in Brooksville for over 18 years now. I get asked a lot why I'm running for school board. Just like many of you, there were things that I heard in the national news. They were talking about things like CRT and sex education for kids that are as young as 5 years old, and I started educating myself. And this was alarming to me, so it's really stirred me to action. Governor DeSantis wisely passed legislation to help protect Florida from things like this. But it's our job to follow through on those orders on a county level. So this, along with issues like the low literacy rate in our county, is why I decided to put my knowledge, skills, and heart into running for Hernando County School Board. What are my beliefs? I'm a Christian and a conservative, and I'm a prayerful decision maker, never letting ego or any political agenda guide my decisions regarding the welfare of children. I'm also a fiscal conservative regarding taxpayer dollars, believing the same philosophy that I have for my home and business, that you have to live within your means. And regarding education, I have a master's degree in speech-language pathology. I have served the children of our community for over 14 years and have helped hundreds of kids improve their literacy skills. In my professional career and teaching experience, I've always respected and worked with the parents of the children that I treat, because I know that that's the best way to help these children. Public schools are meant to prepare children for adulthood, for jobs and citizenship. The foundation of these public schools is teaching the basics: reading, writing, arithmetic, science, history, government, economics. We must always be vigilant in making sure to keep things like CRT and different things that come along out of our schools. We need value-driven curriculum in our schools. The literacy rate in Hernando County, it's below 50%, according to the Florida Chamber of Commerce. It's imperative that we fix this because the Department of Justice states the link between academic failure and delinquency, violence, and crime is welded to reading failure. I know what it takes to increase literacy skills because I do it for a living. Early intervention is key. We need to ensure community education regarding the importance of working on phonics skills at home in those pre-VPK years. We need to ensure early identification and immediate intervention of children with poor phonics skills using one-to-one teaching and Programs with the computers are great, but they should be supplemental. One-to-one teaching is the best and most effective way to teach kids that are dyslexic or have auditory processing issues. And doing that with a speech therapist or a tutor or a reading specialist is really what I would love to get in there and work on. So in summation, I will always be respectful and responsible with the hard-earned money of the taxpayers. I will work hard on collaborating with schools to make sure all literacy policies and programs are effective in improving our literacy rate. I will, as I've always done in my professional career, ensure that the voice of the parents is heard and respected so that we can maintain those God-given parental rights for our children in the public school system. Again, my name is Laura Dedman, running for Hernando County School Board District 5. I would respectfully ask that you vote for me. Thank you so much.
Our next candidate, School Board District 5, Pam Everett.
Good evening, everybody. I am Pam Everett. I am running for School Board District 5. I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. I am a mom, a grandma, and a friend. I have been in the community for 33 years, and I have been active in the school system the entire time, my oldest being 40, the youngest 14. I am running because I feel the need of keeping our schools safe, educational, and keeping our kids to become part of our community. I have been advocating in our school system for the last 9 years as an advocate for the IEP 504 plans, which helps with the kids with special needs and to close the gaps of the education. Where we need is the classrooms. We need the help of the teacher to teach these kids. And if we do not do that, if we have our districts involved way too much, these teachers know how to teach. Let's give the classrooms back. Let's let them have student-teacher interactions. Let's go back old school. Let's let them have control of the speed of the course instead of everybody being on page 73 on Wednesday. They know how the class is moving. If they need more help with their education in math, let them spend that extra time. I was at a 5th grade graduation, and a lot of certificates were being given out for proficiency in addition and subtraction. Back in my day, we had our times tables done. We did division, subtraction. We were working on geometry, the shapes and measurements of it. We need to go back. We need to give the classrooms back and go back old school. We need to educate these kids and give that student-teacher interaction. That will also help with our social development. Right now, our kids are sitting in a computer 75% of the day. We have issues with bullying, behaviors, the mental health. This is not good. We have teachers that have degrees in education. Let them use it. They know how to teach. We all went through a teacher, and we are where we are today because of a teacher. We need to give that back. And as we grow into the middle school years, we need to implement the home economics, the trades of wood shop, introduce the computers. Again, moving forward, educating them into the high school years. We need to educate them so not only to go to college, but to be in the VOTEX, HVAC, plumbing, carpentry, or just to get them set to go into the workforce at public supermarket. We need them to be a part of our community. And if we don't educate them, we are going to fail them. And they will fail us as our community leaders. Look at now where we're going. Our next government is the city of Brooksville. Look at the age. Our young people are here. They are going to govern us. We need to have educated kids. And by doing this, we need to bring back our safe schools. We need guardians. We need the SROs. We have one in each of the high schools, which we will implement as the years go on, down all the way to elementary. I believe we need more guardians. We need more eyes on those students. You can't be everywhere at one time. We need to protect our kids and keep them safe. Bullying procedures. We need to follow through and hold our kids accountable. Whether it's Saturday detention of doing homework or extra work, picking up the campus, community service, or even better yet, let's put them through the community teen court service. This will make accountability to the students and the parents. Let's hold the parents that do not want to be a part of their child's life. Hold accountability. If we inconvenience them a little bit, maybe they will come up and step up to that child and say, hey, you're not going to act that way. I have been riding the buses, and I have seen so much in 6 months' time. The parent that says, not my child, he knows better than that. Honey, you better go talk to that child because 9 times out of 10, that's the child leading the way on that bus. We need to pay our bus drivers and our attendants to keep these kids safe and to control them. I also want to go into the district office and help being more fiscally responsible with our money and be more transparent. I believe a lot of money is being wastefully spent on programs unnecessary. Again, it goes back to giving the classroom back to the teacher. Books, paper, pencil. Let's give them the talk of the classroom. We need to expand on our mental health program. Oh, I got lots to say, guys. We ought to. I'm Pam Everett. I'm running for school board. I am involved. I will continue to be involved. Thank you for your time.
Our next candidates will be for City Council, City of Brooksville, Seat 4, Chris Kingsley.
Hello, my name is Chris Kingsley, and I'm running for Brooksville City Council Seat 4. I'm also a father, a grandfather, a Vietnam-era veteran. I was a state certified teacher for 14 years, and I'm a retired firefighter from the city of Clearwater. So I've done a couple of things in my lifetime. And my goal as a city council person would be to eliminate as much as possible one level of governing for the city, for the citizens of Brooksville, and to remove the tax burden that's associated with that. If you don't live in the city, you may not be aware of how that works. It sounds pretty simple, but I really don't think it's going to be that simple. Brooksville is a great place to live, but it's not just that. It is not a destination location. I used to live in Spring Hill and Ridge Manor, which are also both great places to live. They were great, but they did not have the additional tax burden associated with being in the city limits. In Ridge Manor, for example, if you wrote me a letter, it was going to say Brooksville, but as far as we know, it's not part of the city. Right now, there's no advantage to living or owning a business in Brooksville. For businesses in residential areas alike, like Cloverleaf, Brooksville proper, Southern Hills, Cascades, for example, it's actually a disadvantage to being at the mercy and the benefit of the city's tax coffers because there's not enough diversification of the economy, so residential people share the brunt. So for some businesses, because of this sort of tax burden, it means the difference between success and failure, and we need business to work. Years ago, cities and counties provided different services. Cities provided specific services, and sometimes for a specific reason, like we all know maybe beef industry in Kansas City or cars in Detroit. You would expect to get police, fire protection, water, and basic utilities, and you would expect to have them at a high level. Counties provided more rural things like roads, which is not a whole lot, but that's changed, as most all of us are aware, and the county commissioner candidates may have told you. Now counties are full service providers. In the past, there may have been a reason for separating governmental services. Today in Brooksville, Hernando County, there is not a reason. The city of Jacksonville and Duval County recognized this years ago and consolidated services. So let's consolidate. There is some that's already been occurring. So let's consolidate, further consolidate, or consolidate what we can, the redundant services that are between the city of Brooksville and Hernando County, since we're all citizens of Hernando County. Consider one person doing a job for 9,000 people, or 8 people doing a job for 190,000 people. You have economy of scale that says we can do it for those 8 people at a significantly lower rate. And also by doing this, eliminate double taxation and excessive taxation. We can better create those opportunities for the businesses we need, development that's quality housing, and growth that pays for itself, which is really essential when we're talking about government and government spending, as well as the creation of new jobs. So if you want to pay less in taxes, be part of a successful business development plan, create a quality housing and growth, and provide jobs for citizens, I may be the person you would like to vote for City Council, Seat 4, and my name is Chris Kingsley. Thank you.
Gladly.
Our next candidate for Brooksville City Council, member seat 4, Casey Therion.
Can I talk now, John? Hey everyone, my name is Casey Therion, and I am your conservative voice for the City Council, seat 4 in Brooksville. I was born and raised here in Brooksville, spent my entire life here, and me and my wife Hope are happy to call this place our home. Through college, I worked at the Red Mule Pub, where I learned what hard work and determination can do for a small business, along with what a small business actually means to a community, not just some guy owns this thing and he makes a little bit of money for himself. So about 4 years after I worked at the Red Mule Pub, I was able to become a small business owner myself, and I purchased the Red Mule Pub, the place that I grew up at. I've owned it for about 4 years now, and as a small business owner, I understand the need for less government, less taxes, and less restrictions. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. Oh, real funny, Anthony. So, as a small business owner, we need less government, less taxes, less regulations. As a Brooksvillian, we need to support our community, we need to support our law enforcement, and we need to support our first responders. Every day that I go out into the community and I get to break bread with all these local Brooksvillians and all these people in this wonderful county, I see what this place actually means, and I understand what this place actually means. It's not just somewhere that you can go to. Chris actually nailed it. You know, Clearwater's not quite like it. Ridge Manor's not quite like it. Spring Hill's not quite like it. Brooksville is the best city in the best state in the best country on this planet. And if you disagree with me, you can take me up in the parking lot about that. My name is Casey Therion, City Council, seat 4.
Our next candidate for Brooksville City Council, member seat 5, W. Thomas Bronson.
Hello, I'm Thomas. Oh, let me raise this up. Hello, I'm Thomas Bronson, and I'm your candidate for Brooksville City Council, seat 5. I was born and raised here in Brooksville, and I'm a 7th generation Brooksville native. From my granddaddy Bud McKeithen to my grandfather Tommy Bronson to my dad Tom Bronson, my roots run deep. I grew up in the school system here where I elevated myself academically and athletically. At Hernando High School, I was involved in student government where I was chief of staff. I was also elected by my peers to teen leadership Hernando County. Athletically, I was North Suncoast Defensive Player of the Year, which helped me earn a full ride athletic scholarship to Appalachian State University, where I got my marketing degree, as well as started at defensive line for the Mountaineers. Following high school, I received a full, after that, well, sorry, I lost my place. It was there, I was like confused. What do I want to do after? I had job opportunities all over the place. I knew my heart was in Brooksville, and this is where I wanted to be. So when I came home to Brooksville, I became a licensed blaster in the rock mining industry. Both my grandfather, my great-grandmother, and my dad were in the mining industry, and it was great for creating jobs and being a tax revenue generator for the community. You see, mining taught me so much about working hard and being dedicated, and taught me how to deal with all different types of people. But what I really found was my calling was to be a servant of the people here in Brooksville. And that's what you're supposed to do as a politician, is be a servant of the people and be a voice for everybody so they're heard, and not just come here and say wishy-washy things. My platform is simple: protecting and supporting our first responders. Some of my best friends are Brooksville first responders. I see the sacrifice they make for our community each and every day. We must continue to fully support these men and women who dedicate their lives to our safety. Second, reduce government interference, which means give the power back to the people. Too often, red tape, regulations, and everything else hinder homeowners and small business owners. But also next, lowering taxes. We live in the best state in the world, I'm telling you that much. What we can do by lowering taxes, we can allow our small businesses to get past that red tape and all these regulations. And fourth is most important to me, personally, I'm a little biased, a renewed focus on our youth. We need to invest in our youth. I volunteer weekly at Kennedy Park as a mentor and a coach. As a member of City Council, I will push to make our downtown a safe haven for our community, to grow people up to be model citizens. That's what's most important, is our future, because if we let our future die, we will be nothing. Every day I think about the lessons I learned from the strong role models in my family and our church. I look forward to raising an 8th generation Brooksville child of my own when I have that someday. In closing, through the politicking and everything else, so many people talk so fondly about my granddad and my dad, Tom Bronson, the impact that they made in the mining business, but more importantly, the impact they made in the community. If I can just do a smidge of that as a city councilman, I'll know I did my part to take care of this place I call home. On November 8th, vote Thomas Bronson, City Council.
Our next candidate for County Commission, District 2, Mike Fulford.
Well, good evening, Hernando County people, and thank you for this opportunity to share some thoughts with you. This evening, I'm not going to talk to you about my qualifications as a conservative Republican. What I'd like to talk to you about, though, is what I'm going to do when you elect me as your Republican County Commissioner. I'm a lifelong conservative Reagan Republican. I believe in protecting and conserving conservative-type values, to limit government overreach, and to advocate for fair taxes. What I stand for is fair taxes, planned development, responsible government, the rule of law, and the Second Amendment. Hernando County's biggest challenge is infrastructure and the growth that's currently ongoing. But the bigger challenge is, in fact, how to pay for that. And what I mean by infrastructure, I also talk about services like our first responders. I'm a decorated combat veteran. I'm active in the community, currently serving on the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Waterways Advisory Committee, the Community Emergency Response Team, among other things, and a member of my Property Owners Association. As an engineer with over 35 plus years of experience, I think I know where our problems lie in Hernando County, specifically as it relates to the growth and the infrastructure challenges that we are currently experiencing. I am prepared now, based upon my skill sets, to walk into the job and be a county commissioner without any experience gained or learned. My wife and I have been married for 36 years. We have 2 sons. We're very proud of them. They're serving in the United States Army. The job of a commissioner, in fact, is to serve the public interest and be an advocate for Hernando County, not a critic of our current Hernando County government. I'm the only candidate that has managed a $550 million annual budget along with a workforce of approximately 1,000 individuals. And what I mean by that is our current county budget is projected to be $632 million. Let's vote for someone that is the voice of conservative Republican values and the brand since 1980 when I registered in the Republican Party. I support less taxes, property owner rights. I've served on county boards for the last 4 years, so I know where the problems are and where the challenges are. I have real-world experience to step into the job today. The colors of my campaign are red, white, and blue. I would appreciate your vote August 23rd, Mike Fulford at mikefulford.com. Thank you.
Our next candidate for County Commission, District 2, Brian Hawkins.
Good evening, Hernando County. First off, I want to thank the Greater Hernando County Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event. My name is Brian Hawkins, candidate for County Commission District 2. I've been married to my rock for 16 years, Casey Hawkins, and we have 3 children. I've called Spring Hill my home for the last 15, 16 years, since 2007, and been a resident of the Bay Area my entire life. Recently was endorsed by the Fraternal Order of Police here locally, as well as in District 7, which is from Citrus all the way down to Sarasota counties. As a community, we are faced with several key topics I believe I can help with when I'm elected. Population growth requires an enhanced infrastructure, quality of life improvements for our residents, and job creation to earn a livable wage within our community. In my opinion, these are the 3 areas we should be focused on in our community. Emergency services is a top priority. The increased growth will continue to put pressure on our first responders. We cannot afford to outgrow our safety resources. I believe we are in a transformational period in our county, and I feel we all have an obligation as residents to ensure the sustainability and the growth of our community. and that when my children are adults, they can say with pride that they were raised in Hernando County, Florida. In my life, whether personal or business, I live by a single motto: leave it better than you found it. We can only succeed spreading our conservative principles with strong will and the courage to fight the good fight. I am proud to have served on the Governor's Host Committee and will continue to proudly call myself a Ron DeSantis Republican. Throughout my life, I've been in the people business. The company that I built from the ground up spent very little on marketing. We relied on the referral business from satisfied customers. The business that started with a truck and a trailer in 2009 grew into one of the top 100 pest control companies in the United States. As we grew, my leadership philosophy for our team revolved around words like servant leadership, empathy, and making objective decisions to invest in the business first and myself second. When I look back at what we accomplished, my greatest achievement wasn't the sale price of the business. It was the single moms that worked in our offices that started at $10 an hour and are now making six figures with a 401k, with only a GED or high school education. It's the technicians that started treating homes and are now leading teams of double-digit employees, or leading them to get their state certifications and starting businesses of their own. It all started in standing the watch for this country during Operation Enduring Freedom on board the USS John F. Kennedy, and the foundation the military instilled in me. Being honored with the Naval Achievement Medal when we returned from our combat cruise in 2002, honor, courage, and commitment are the foundation of my life. Service before self. This is why I'm ready to stand the watch as your next county commissioner. It's time to be hard on the process and not the people. Thank you.
Our next candidate, County Commission District 2, April Johnson Spence.
Hello, I'm April Johnson Spence. I'm candidate for County Commission District 2. I want to listen to you, learn from you, and lead Hernando County with your needs in mind. I'm a fiscal conservative. I believe in responsible government. I am socially responsible, and I want to protect our natural resources and our constitutional rights. I support veteran services, active duty military, law enforcement, and first responders. Being active here the last 17 years in the county, I've met lots of members of the community, and I listen to their concerns. The things that they want are fiscal responsibility in our government with low taxes and responsible spending. They want to keep our identity, responsible growth, and they want leaders who listen to their needs and represent the people. It just so happens those are the reasons that I decided to step up and serve the community. I believe in conservative government and that they should have the lowest possible tax rates to keep our community operating and planning for our future. The funny thing about government, they don't make their own money. Well, sometimes they do, but it's your money. It's your tax dollars. The more that they are going to collect, the more they're going to spend. I will be a watchdog for you. I'm going to expose wasteful spending, and I won't approve it. You're now the owner of a parking lot for the cost of almost $800,000 in Hernando Beach, so they can develop a project in the Weeki Wachee Preserve. It's against the wishes of the community that is surrounding that area, and it's in the middle of a recession with 9.1% inflation. Our entire 2020 budget for Parks and Rec was $3.5 million, and your county commission approved 23% of that to spend on that parking lot. It's not even an approved project yet. I have documented the videos of our current parks, 23 of them, that are in not great shape. I exposed that along with someone from the county commission who asked me to put the videos on my Facebook page, April for Hernando, and it got a lot of traction. Residents are standing up and noticing. We must manage the growth that we have coming into this community. According to the Florida Chamber of Commerce, we're going to expect 40,000 new homes in this community. But we don't have the infrastructure to support it, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many residents I talk to. To be clear, I'm responsible development, but I'm anti-reactionary development. Planning and zoning has a wonderful comp plan, a 2040 comp plan. It's created by citizens and the county departments. It tells us what our identity is going to be in the future. We're not following it. Want to build in Hernando County? You need to fit into our plan, not the other way around. I'm standing aside citizens all over this county up against this overdevelopment. I'm a fighter. I'm not going to back down to bullies or political pressure. Unlike my opponents, I haven't taken money from PACs or special interests, and I will never let the promise of campaign donations cloud my judgment. 65% of my donations have come from the local community, businesses, and individuals, and I'm very proud of that. I will work hard for you as your next county commissioner. I have a degree in business of public safety, and I'm a business owner, have worked for nonprofits and for-profits, and a proven record to support this community. My name's April Johnson Spence. I want to listen to you, learn from you, and lead Hernando County. Vote for me on August 23rd. Thank you.
Our next candidate for County Commission, District 4, Anthony Joseph Arts.
Hey, how y'all doing out there, Hernando County? Wow, that was whack. How y'all doing, Hernando County? All right, there you go. If you guys could give yourself a round of applause for coming out here on this beautiful night on Thursday, I would appreciate that. I would also like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for putting this on. This is pretty awesome, I ain't gonna lie to you. But like he said, my name is Anthony Arenz. I am running for County Commissioner for District 4. As it stands right now, I am the youngest qualified commissioner candidate on the ticket. It's been a bumpy ride, I can promise you that so far, but we've gotten through it. I just want to give you guys some 3 key points on why I'm doing this and what I plan to do for the county. First thing is I want to focus really heavy and have a huge impact on the gang activity in Hernando County. We've had multiple home invasions this last week, a lot of ag assaults. We even had a shooting at a bar last week where a gentleman was shot in the face and shot in the right arm. I think it's crazy that you can't go to a bar without wearing a bulletproof vest. Horrible. Second, I want to focus really heavy on the drugs that are rolling through our county. We have fentanyl and heroin moving through here crazy. We have drug overdoses that are killing us off one by one. And the third, and this seems to be a touchy subject, but I'm not that touchy of a guy, so it's okay. The third for me is I'm not for the continued destruction and construction in Hernando County. That's not me saying I'm not for the growth and development. I'm all for growth and development. But right now, I think we need to fix home first. Right now, home is broken. And the fact that we're worried about outsourcing and allowing these major corporations to come in here and take over our beautiful land that we call home and Adventure Coast is just beyond me. I think if you want to come to this county, you need to be able to come to this county and offer my people of this county affordable wages. I know you guys all turn on the news, and I'm sure you guys are all at the gas pump. This crazy great administration we have has everything so high, you can't even afford to get gas. So right now in Hernando County, it costs $2,700 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Think about that. $2,700. 3 years ago, that same house was $800. Right now, it's unrealistic and unaffordable. What I'm getting at is we allow these major corporations and companies such as Dollar General, just to name one, storage companies taking over our land like crazy, and car washes, but they're paying their people $10 to $12 an hour. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but you work a 40-hour work week and you still can't even pay rent. So for us, I think as conservative Republican, right, or just pro-American, we should be against the destruction of Hernando County. And I'm appalled that some people are like, yeah, we need more jobs in Hernando County. But they don't realize they're not paying us crap, and it's unaffordable and it's unrealistic. But I can promise if you put me on the ticket, well, you already did, no offense. But if I win the ticket August 23rd, I will do what I can to make the county safe. I can promise to do what I can to make the county strong. And I can guarantee you, if you let me win August 23rd, I'll make the county great. Just watch.
And our final candidate tonight for County Commission, District 4, Jerry W. Campbell.
Kind of felt like a here's Johnny moment there. I should have busted out. Thank you so much for your patience. My name is Jerry Campbell, and I'm your candidate for County Commission, District 4. Thank you for participating in this fantastic democracy that so many before and now continue to defend that. Who is Jerry Campbell? So I was born to blind parents, spent from 6 months old to the age of 12 in foster care, bouncing from foster home to foster home to foster home. I was adopted into a family of 10 kids. They had 5 natural kids, adopted me and my 2 brothers, and then also 2 other kids from other families. My wife and I were middle school sweethearts. And we got married right out of high school. We're blessed to have 2 daughters that we're super proud of. I am a Christian, a lifelong conservative, and a lifelong Republican. I have 26 years of business leadership, knowledge, and experience that I'm ready to put to work for the great folks of Hernando County. I started my Domino's career at the age of 18 delivering pizzas, and 26 years later, I finished owning 7 locations with 175 team members, and I'm super proud of the opportunities that I was able to provide for my team members, and then also the way we were able to give back to the community. Reagan famously said, "Freedom is never more than one generation from being extinct." I'm here to fight for that freedom. I believe Florida is a firewall for freedom in our nation, and Hernando is leading the way, and I will help to keep it that way. My government philosophy is simple. Government has a job to do. They should do that well, and then they should find every way possible to get out of the way. I believe in limited government, low taxes, property rights, economic development, personal responsibility, and common sense. Turns out common sense isn't so common anymore. Hernando County is a fantastic place to live, work, and play. We're blessed to live in this great county. Challenges are ahead. There is a storm ahead, I believe, such as inflation and minimum wage increases that will affect our budget. We need a proven, knowledgeable, experienced business leader to help navigate us into the next decade. I'm that guy. We must get ahead of infrastructure such as roads and water to sewer. I am Jerry Campbell. I am your candidate for County Commission District 4. I am ready to lead. I am ready to serve. I appreciate your vote on August 23rd. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Well, this will conclude the speakers for the night. We will conclude our event in the political arena next door. We will have the results of the straw poll here shortly, and look forward to seeing you next door. Thank you.